Alright, so let's evaluate 5, 5, or 6. And to do that, I'm going to call on the student, and you're going to help me figure out the quadrantals. Sebastian, tell us the quadrantals in radians. So 0 pi over 2. Yep. If you guys notice, I'm putting coefficients in front, so I have 0 pi over 2, 1 pi over 2. What do you think this one's going to be? Keep going, Sebastian. 1 pi, which is 2 pi over 2, right? Keep going. Yep. And? When you make a full rotation, that's how much? 2 pi, which is going to make 4 pi over 2. Maria Ballin, what's our common denominator? Okay, correct. So we're going to have to multiply each of these by 3. And when I do that, go ahead and tell me what you get. So full rotation will be 12 pi over 6. And this one will just be 0 pi over 6. Good job. Sarah R., which quadrant is 5 pi over 6? Quadrant 2. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Quadrant 2 is correct. You guys know, now that we all have denominators of 6's, you're just really looking at this 5. You have 0, 3, and 6. It's closer to 6. So let's go ahead and draw a terminal side of this triangle. I like to write the number on the outside. Why do I like to do that? Class, this distance is the distance between 5 and 3. What's that distance, class? 2 pi over 6. 2 pi over 6. Right? Think about it. 2 pi over 6 plus 3 pi over 6 gives me 5 pi over 6. Well, what's the distance from 5 to 6? It's just 1 pi over 6. The reference angle, theta prime, equals 1 pi over 6. Raise your hand if you got that. Okay, that was Tuesday's lesson. How do you just getting that? Okay. Now, evaluating was yesterday's lesson. So, now we're going to make a triangle. So now we're going to get our bow tie. I'm not going to go this way. That would be bad. Here's my bow tie. Kind of messy. I'm going to highlight it in purple so you can kind of see this is my triangle. Okay, now you need to figure out what type of triangle this is. Okay, is it a 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90? Partner A, tell partner B what type of triangle it is, and the other person B, tell A what is the formula. What are the side lengths going to be? Giselle, do you know how much this angle is in degrees? Is it a 30? Oh, look at this thing. Let's see. Oh, this might tell me. Put your finger where pi over 6 is. Its equivalent is what, class? 30 degrees. Okay, let's just say you don't have your trig paper plate. Okay, remember pi is 180 degrees. Yes? That's half of a circle, half of a rotation. So 180 divided by 6 is how much? 30. Did you guys see that? I'm trying to give you guys some tools to put your hands on to figure out at least a starting point. So I know that this is a 30. I'm going to cram in there. Let's see if I can find a different color. 30. Okay, this is a 90. That means this one class is a 60. So I have a 30, 60, 90. Alright, good job, Giselle. Ronaldo, what is the formula for 30, 60, 90? Okay, hopefully I can make this super obvious. Okay, you're not going to use the x's. The x's help you find different side lengths. This one is just, I need these numbers here. 1 is across the 30, so I'm going to write a 1 over here. Across the 60 is radical 3. And across the 90 is a 2. Across the 90 is a 2. Okay, now I want you to help me label the x, y's, and r's and tell me if it's positive or negative. Okay? Brian, where is the r value? Across the theta, you said? This side's r? What if I did this? What does R stand for, Brian? Okay. Is this a radius of a circle? No, you are correct. So which one's the radius? R. Yep. This is the radius. 2. Is it positive or negative? Yep. Where's the x value? Radical 3? Is it positive or negative? Why? It's on the negative side. It's going left. And then this one is a positive. X, Y, or R? Correct. It parallels the y-axis. Good job, Brian. Okay, now I need to figure out cosine in terms of x, y, and r. Ricardo, what is cosine in terms of x, y, and r? That is correct. Use the picture. Substitute. And that is your answer. Raise your hand if you got that. Let's double check that. A lot of times the answers are always going to be like 1/2 radical 2, radical 3 over 2, or the quadrantals 1 or 0. Yes? And a lot of times it's just the positive or negatives. Partner B, tell partner A, if Mr. Halankar walks in here, what is he going to tell us? Alexis? What is Mr. Halankar going to say? What does that tell us? In this quadrant, what does it tell us? Sine and its reciprocal, which is cosecant, is what? Positive. That means everything else is negative. So everything else includes cosine is negative. So I'm checking my sign here. Okay? Alright. That took me quite a while to explain, right? how to draw this out. Now, drawing out triangles is awesome. If you type into YouTube, there are many ways of figuring out the unit circle or evaluating this problem. Okay, drawing triangles is foolproof. It's visible. It takes a lot of work. You have to know your 30, 60, 90s. Okay, there are tricks of counting with your hand. You can type it in, and it'll teach you how to do those tricks. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys how to use the trick paper plate. It's going to be super fast. I see denominators of 6, so this is how I count them. Watch as I count. Hopefully you watch the video. 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6. I'm skipping the 45s, 5 pi over 6. Cosine is the first order pair. Your answer is negative radical 3 over 2. Did you guys blink? That was fast, wasn't it? All I need to know is where it is, and then I just look at my order pair. That was it. That's the answer. You didn't have to do all of this, because basically, this paper plate has all of the special right triangles on there. And the advantage is you do these counting techniques, but if you don't want to memorize that, that's okay. You can always draw out your picture.